The world of platformer fighting games has long been dominated by only a handful of successful titles. Nintendo has long held the crown with the Super Smash Bros. Series, and while publishers have attempted time and time again to break into the scene, few have been able to gain any sort of foothold. Nintendo has proven indomitable as the king of platform fighting games, but while AAA publishers have been unable to challenge Smash, an indie developer has successfully taken up the fight where countless others have failed. Bringing fast-paced gameplay, a fresh aesthetic and a focus on competitive balance. A game that started from humble beginnings has risen to become one of the most popular and well-designed experiences in the platform fighting genre. That game is Rivals of Aether. Before we start talking about Rivals, we have to look at the games that inspired it in the first place. Since its rise to popularity in 1999, Super Smash Bros. Has redefined what it means to be a fighting game. Breaking away from the traditional 2D formula, the original Smash was physics-based, rather than life meter-based, and created a genre that came to be known as the platformer fighter. In 2001, the concept was pushed to the next level with the release of the Smash 64 sequel, Super Smash Bros. Melee, for the Nintendo Gamecube. Due to its speed and precision, Melee has become one of the most beloved and long-lasting competitive games in esports. Spending 7 years as a main event at EVO, and cultivating a die-hard community that has continued to flourish for nearly 2 decades. Even though 3 new Smash titles have come out since Melee's release, none have quite been able to recapture the same magic and mechanics that define Melee's lightning speed gameplay. It was all removed in Brawl, Smash 4 and Ultimate. Unhappy with the state of the official sequels, third-party developers decided to make their own versions of Smash. Melee inspired mods like Super Smash Land, which incorporated characters like Naruto and Goku into the battle. It was out of these attempts to match up with Melee that Rivals of Aether was born. Rivals of Aether is the brainchild of Super Smash Land designer. Development on the game started in 2014, and Rivals was picked up on Steam Greenlight in June the following year. Fans seemed to immediately gravitate to the game's fresh take on the platform fighter formula. While Melee may have been well loved, it was also notoriously difficult at high levels. Many of the techniques required were extremely hard to execute properly, demanding that players should practice constantly to even have a chance in the competitive scene. Rivals of Aether set out to fix that problem. For those familiar with the platform fighting genre, the basic gameplay of Rivals will come as no surprise. 2 to 4 characters battle each other on a central platform, attempting to knock each other off and taking opponent stocks until only one player remains. Like Smash, whenever a character receives damage, their percentage increases. The higher their percentage goes, the farther they'll be knocked back by attacks, thus making it easier to send them flying off stage to their doom. This is the basic formula for the platform fighting genre, and Rivals even included mechanics, like wave dashing, which is one of the most well-known advanced techniques from Super Smash Bros. Melee. But where Rivals really shines is in the new gameplay mechanics that it introduces. First, there's no shielding, and instead of being able to hold shield and block attacks, Rivals have built a parry system to replace it. If you know an attack from your opponent is coming, you can attempt to block it with the precisely timed parry. If successful, you avoid the damage from the attack, as well as briefly stunning your opponent, leaving them open to a punishing combo. Rivals of Aether have also opted out of ledge grabbing. Now all characters are given a wall jump, which can only be used once before your feet have to touch the ground again. This means that players can recover back to the stage from farther or lower down than they otherwise could, but are vulnerable to their opponent's attacks the entire time. These changes increase the pace of the game, encouraging players to constantly engage with each other, rather than camping, which has become common in newer Smash games. However, the biggest difference between Rivals and Smash isn't mechanical in nature. For most of Smash's history, Nintendo has been infamously disconnected from the competitive scene, wishing to maintain a novice-friendly environment. But for Rivals, competition is at the heart of its identity. Elements play a huge role in the theme surrounding Rivals, with each character representing and utilizing a base element to their advantage, modifying the stage and creating situations to react to. Kane can place puddles that can be used to trap enemies or as a teleport point. Forsberg creates clouds of smoke, obscuring enemy vision of the stage, and Kraken summons platforms by using his Pillar of Earth ability. Each character has unique abilities that tie the lore to the gameplay, ensuring that each character drips with personality. But if original characters aren't your thing, you're still covered. In its current iteration, Rivals have brought in 2 indie game guest fighters. Ori from Ori and the Blind Forest, and Shovel Knight, whom many Smash fans have hoped for. And if that wasn't enough, in late 2019, Rivals of Aether opened itself up to Steam Workshop, allowing players to design and create their own characters. And while these characters may not be usable outside of casual games with friends, it doesn't detract from the fun of seeing the community build and flesh out characters never seen in a platformer fighter before. In September of 2015, Rivals of Aether saw release on Steam Early Access, and although the full release of the game wouldn't come until 2017, that didn't stop the growth of the competitive scene. Rivals of Aether, limited run number 91 edition, is available on the Nintendo Switch and purchasable on Amazon. You can use my affiliate link below to grab a copy of the game, And let us know what other obscure games you want to see on our channel in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon to stay up to date with all our newest videos from Affordable Gaming for All. And as always, stay strong, and game on!